Hey everybody, welcome back to FX Action Trader Weekly Market Analysis video. So in this video, I'm going to go through with you which pair that I found potential and we can scale down for a possible trade in this coming week. So let us start with the first pair of this week. Alright, the Euro Dollar. So on Euro Dollar, for the past few weeks, we can see that market is actually in a very clear bearish movement where market has broke significant support and continue to head down to create a new lower low. So on this week, we are still going to focus on a sell trend where we are trying not to go against the market major trend. So on this week, what we can see is that market moved down with a very strong bearish momentum. And this has actually broke the previous low at 1.196. And what market did was market has do some sort of retracement. We test the resistance level at here around 1.2, and at this level market has formed a very nice double top, which is a very good signal of trend continuation. So on this week, what we are going to do is that we are going to scale down to our entry time frame, and what we did was we just wait for a nice pullback and we continue to short as what the market is. So let us move to the next pair, the pound dollar. So pound dollar on H4 chart, in my opinion, is that market has been in a strong bullish for a long period of time, and market need to do something like a pullback or a deep retracement. So at here, we can see that market has initiated this movement with a strong downtrend, where market has created a new low at here, followed by a lower low level. Alright, and this is also a sideways movement where market could not break this resistance since February, meaning that this resistance level is very strong and market couldn't break through it after retest for multiple times. So on the support area, what we can see is that market has also formed a support at this level and this pair turned out to be in a sideways condition. So if you ask me, my opinion on this pair is more sell bias toward buy bias. Alright, so the first reason is that we have the first movement here of downtrend movement here, and we have a sideways, and most likely we are going to have another continuation movement to the downwards. So how should we do our entry? So we are not going to trade within the sideways structure. So what we are going to do is that we just wait patiently for this support area to be broken. And when market do the pullback, this is the time we are going to scale down for a short entry. Alright, the next level of support is at here. And this movement is about 228 pips. So let us wait for this to happen. So the next pair for the week, Euro Yen. So Euro Yen on daily chart, we can see that market has been in an uptrend for a long period of time. And on daily chart, what we can see is that we can see something like a double top is being formed. Alright, the first top and the second top. And market was trying to push up with a very strong bullish momentum, but turned out to be the seller are still in the market. Alright, the seller are still dominant in the market and push the price downwards. This is what I can see from daily chart. And on H4, what we can see is that this is a very possible formation of a head and shoulder pattern where market has broken this trend line for an uptrend, and market has broken the previous higher low of the entire uptrend, and market is likely to do a pullback and continue to drop. So the best or the safest area for us to look for a short trade is actually at here, which is the possible right shoulder of this entire head and shoulder structure. So let us wait for a sell signal at this level at 130.4. So for the pound yen, The structure is more about the same with what we have seen just now on the pound yen, where on H4 we can see that something has formed like a double top, the first top and the second top, and also market has violated the uptrend trend line. Alright, market has broken down of this entire uptrend trend line with a very strong bullish momentum, but my concern is market has not break the previous higher low of this entire uptrend. So this is the previous higher low, as this is the nearest high. So the pattern or the behavior that I prefer is that market break down again of this entire structure, meaning that break through this support level and pull back. From here we are going to look for a short signal. All right, the short signal can be retest of the support line. This is the first scenario that might happen, and the second scenario is that market is going to do the pullback higher and form a very nice head and shoulder before the trend reverse. So we are going to scale down to our 1 hour time frame as long as we see a clear break below the support level. So the last pair, second last pair for this week. So this is the pair of Euro Aussie. So Euro Aussie, if we refer to daily chart, market rejected strongly at this support area previously, but market, there's no more bullish momentum that we can see after this big movement. So in overall, market is still in a sell bias market. So let us have a look on H4. All right, so on H4 we can see that market is likely to retest this structure again. So if this support level could not break through, there is a very high possible that market retest this structure again and continue to bounce up to look for a better level before it's dropped, to look for a better supply zone before it's dropped. So why did I say so? So as we see on the daily chart, we can see that the sellers candle are getting smaller and smaller, and we can see there is a very strong pin bar rejection, or a very strong rejection that's formed something like a doji or pin bar from this support area. So in order for market to move higher, market will need to retest this support level again, and we need to see a very clear rejection at this level that's formed the double bottom structure, and from here we can enter for a buy trade for temporary. All right, market need to do a higher pullback before it can continue to drop further. So right, if you ask me pullback to where, based on the supply and demand theory, this is the supply zone that we are looking for. So I'm going to see that market is likely to do a deeper pullback to the upside and continue to drop. All right, so the last pair for today, dollar chef. So dollar chef is a very typical trend continuation pattern. So we see a very clear movement to the upside. All right, and the second thing we can see is that market started to go sideways, or market started to do some sort like a retracement or a flag pattern. So let us connect the dots to the dots, dots to dots connection. All right, so we can see that something like a flag is going to form. So what we did was we just marked the possible support area. So when market, there's only two outcomes for this kind of chart pattern, for this kind of movement. All right, if we mark the nearest support and resistance, we can see that market has caught in a sideways structure. So once this structure is broken up, meaning that the market has decided to go up further to continue the previous trend. So from here, we're going to look for a buy entry. So the second scenario is that market is going to retest the support level of the sideways structure again before the next push. So in overall, we are still looking for a buy trade for this dollar chef. So that's all for my entry for this week. Hope you like it.